Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call to order the Township of Scotch Plains Reorganization Meeting of January 5th, 2016. Ms. Lucina?
I wish to make the following announcement to show compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, known as Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of New Jersey, 1975. Notice of this meeting was given by sending a notice on December 22nd, 2015 to the Star-Ledger, Courier News, and the Scotch Plains Fanwood Times, stating that a reorganization meeting of the Scotch Plains governing body would be held on January 5th, 2016 at 7 p.m. at the Scotch Plains Municipal Building, Council Chambers, and by posting said notice on the Township website and bulletin board in the municipal building and filing the same with the Township clerk. If everyone would please rise for the pledge to the flag and remain standing for our invocation.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Most gracious and eternal God, we beseech you tonight to incline your ear to the voice of your people. We pause in this divinely appointed moment to thank you for gracing us to see a new calendar year and keeping us through the toils and triumphs of 2015. We ask for your abundant comfort to be with all of our neighbors who have suffered struggle, sorrow, and loss in 2015, including the families of Rick Villafrades, Tyler Devaney, and Don Wessler, and other countless numbers. As we look ahead tonight with great expectation over the possibilities of 2016, we seek a special blessing over this governing body. Give them the boldness to be idealists in an age of pessimists, to fight for what is right, seeking justice and pursuing peace with and for all. Remind them of the great trust of the people placed in them, the faith that rests on them to be visionaries, capable of propelling us as a community into one of the best years we have ever seen as a municipality since 1878. May their plans become passion, their passion become progress, and their progress become prosperity. We humbly submit this plea in your name as the hope of your people with joy. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Bishop, for joining with us today and for that beautiful invocation. We greatly appreciate you being with us. God bless you. May we have the roll call, please?
Mrs. Checchio?
Here.
Mr. Del Sordi?
Here.
Mrs. Giovanella?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mayor Glover?
Here. Well, next on the agenda is the 2016 Mayor's message, so let me begin by wishing everyone a Happy New Year, you and your families, and I hope that 2016 will be a good one for all. I'd like as well to acknowledge the absence from today's meeting and proceedings of one of our finest citizens, Don Wessler, who passed away recently. Those who knew Don knew how much he loved the community and how much he contributed to making Scotch Plains a great place to call home. While he is gone, I'm sure he will not be forgotten. He will never be forgotten. Godspeed, Don. Warm wishes to my fellow council members. May we have a bright and successful year serving the citizens of our township. To Councilman Del Sordi, Councilwoman Checchio, who have now finished their first year of service, I'm certain from personal experience you are wondering, where did the year go? Well, I've served our township as a member of the governing body for nearly 10 years. I'd like to reiterate to you a phrase I've used since my first days as a public servant. And some say it's part of my DNA. We can do better. Well, today, I take great pride and pleasure to present the 2016 Mayor's State of the Township message to tell you we did. We delivered on a 0% municipal tax increase, while at the same time saw an upgrade of our municipal bond rating, reflecting positively on the creditworthiness of your town. It is validation that our township and its finances are being well managed by our municipal manager, Al Mirabella, and his professional staff. To Mr. Marabella and his team, let me say, A job well done, but not finished. But also congratulations, clearly. In 2015, I outlined many goals and objectives that I believe would move our township forward while addressing our citizens' needs. I can enthusiastically say that promises made have been promises kept, including improved communications with our citizens. To facilitate this, significant upgrades and improvements were made to the township's website, Scotch Plains TV, and social media outlets. The Scotch Plains Fanwood emergency radio station, AM 530, is now a reliable and timely source of information for critical information related to storm alerts, street closures, and power outages, and provides as well announcements of township special events. Furthermore, our Office of Emergency Management has been reorganized to better serve the community during a crisis situation. I'm confident that the newly appointed staff will provide us with timely and helpful information when they are called upon. We made a significant capital investment to purchase a new fire truck that let us retire a 30-year-old vehicle. We made this purchase to ensure that our bravest, our valued volunteer firemen have the right equipment to do the job when protecting the residents of our town. Last January, we started what will be an ongoing effort to review our internal township operations as we look to improve township services and reduce costs, a recurring theme you will hear me say tonight. This effort led to changes in management at the Department of Public Works that has yielded positive benefits to the township. I am pleased with the results brought about by the new management team led by our new DPW Director, Joe Timko. Specifically, this year's efficient and cost-effective leaf removal effort and road resurfacing projects. Sharing municipal services with other entities in an effort to improve service and reduce operating costs has been a long, recurring, operative objective. Seeking shared service opportunities and improving our township's operations is integral to prudent operational and fiscal management. And I'm pleased to report that we are presently implementing an important shared service agreement for police, fire, and rescue squad emergency dispatch services with Union County. This shared service with Union County will improve and enhance this critical township service and save our township taxpayers approximately $1 million over the next 5 years. We also entered into a shared service agreement with the Borough of Fanwood for the replacement of an aged and mechanically unreliable senior citizens bus. With this agreement, the cost of the new bus and operator's salary will be equally shared between our township and the Borough of Fanwood. Last year, I stated that we would aggressively pursue grant money to offset capital needs, and that going forward, this effort would be centralized and fall under the direction of our municipal manager. As a result, this past year, we successfully secured approximately $400,000 in grant money from county, state, and federal government agencies. These dollars will be used to upgrade and improve recreation facilities, install an emergency generator at the Northside Firehouse, and restore the historical Shady Rest Clubhouse. Pursuing grant money will continue to be a top priority of your management team. And to this end, they have already submitted applications to secure grants for this calendar year. I applaud your efforts, Mr. Marabella. Supporting our cultural arts, volunteer cultural arts, and special events committee has always been close to my heart, as many know, as it's an important objective. I believe it has a positive impact on our community, and this past year we held more and bigger events and activities, including our annual Memorial Day Parade and concert, the Mayor's Charity Gala, our spring Easter egg hunt, Scotch Plains Day, and the Scotch Plains annual holiday celebration. We added Friday Family Night at the Movies, 2 classic car shows, an art show, a Halloween event, and celebrating the lighting of the menorah on Hanukkah. These events brought much needed foot traffic to our downtown. They served to support our local businesses, provided family entertainment while promoting and marketing our downtown as a good place to do business. In 2015, our downtown was never more welcoming, vibrant, and attractive. With this, let me give special recognition to Councilwoman Rose Checchio for her work and organization skills in founding the Scotch Plains Garden Club. And to all the club members and Thurman Simmons from our DPW, that worked passionately, oftentimes tirelessly, to establish and maintain the amazing bright plantings that gave our downtown not only color, but life as well. We all enjoyed your work, and let me add, I previewed this year's plans, and they are pretty outstanding. With that, I need to take a moment to thank as well Ralph Cecchio, chairman of the Scotch Plains Fanwood Memorial Day Concert Parade Committee, for his exceptional behind-the-scene work on many of the successful aforementioned special events and activities. To Mr. Marabella, for your steadfast commitment and support of our cultural arts programs, and to Mr. Malacoster as well. To my wife Joanne for her service as the Cultural Arts Committee Chair, and to all those who volunteered, giving so much of their time to make our programs and activities the best they have ever been. I congratulate and thank you all for your efforts. Your service to the township made Scotch Plains the place to be. Last year, we finally made the commitment and took an important step to preserve and restore an American treasure, the Shady Rest Golf Clubhouse. Today, work continues on the building's restoration, ensuring that present and future generations will be able to use this building and learn of its rich history. The restoration of the Shady Rest Clubhouse is inspiring. Phase 1, the restoration of the ballroom's walls, ceiling, lighting, and installation of a new roof have been successfully completed. Phase 2, the restoration of the building's exterior has begun with an estimated completion date for this spring. Let us again acknowledge Preserve the Shady Rest Committee for their commitment to saving this township treasure, and to Department of Public Works Supervisor Frank Denizzo for his facilities management oversight and guidance of this ongoing renovation project. I've always said that Scotch Plains is a great place to live and raise a family. A town richer for its ethnic diversity and family values. A community that shares a common belief that we are better when we care for, respect, and help each other. In 2005, we honored as a community persons that have greatly contributed to making Scotch Plains the truly special township it is. We did so by proclamation with the installation of 3 ceremonial signs to honor them. They are as follows. Mondazoli Plaza in front of the Italian American Club at the corner of Union and Valley Avenues, honoring generations of proud Italians that emigrated from the small town of Mondazoli, Italy, who have and continue to contribute greatly to the wonderful town we choose to call home. I'd like to share with you a side note that the town of Mondazoli is fondly referred to by many of our neighbors as our sister town in Italy. Should you one day visit the town, you will come upon Piazza Scotch Plains in recognition of their affection and the bond they have to our beautiful township. Reverend Kelmo C. Porter Way was placed at the St. John's Baptist Church, entrance of the St. John's Baptist Church on Morse Avenue. Reverend Porter, who passed away last year, served as the pastor of St. John's for 48 years and was the founding father of the Scotch Plains Fanwood Ministerial. John Shippen Drive, installed at the entrance of the Scotch Hills Golf Course. Mr. Shippen was America's first professional golfer who served for over 30 years as the head greenskeeper and golf pro at the Shady Rest Golf and Country Club. All three deserving of our affection, appreciation, and recognition. This year, we will continue many of the initiatives we began last year as they represent good business and community practices. We will continue to evaluate and identify shared service opportunities in our internal operations with the objective, yes, of improving service to our citizens and saving tax dollars. While this year's budget has yet to be developed, I expect one, again, that our manager will work diligently and professionally to propose that addresses our immediate needs and long-term goals and objectives. With that, our township's infrastructure has been for too long neglected. We need to be good caretakers of our township's properties and facilities to ensure that functional and safe operations are being maintained. We need to instill effective management oversight as part of an ongoing effort to avoid and minimize costly repairs, capital and replacement costs. Accordingly, I am proposing that a professional evaluation of our township's own buildings and properties be undertaken. Today, by resolution, we will retain a professional planner that I'm confident will help bring ideas and recommendations to improve and build on our recent downtown successes, helping further to attract new businesses and development to our downtown. The restoration of the former Terry Lou Zoo site at the intersection of Raritan and Terrell Roads will finally and at long last begin, transforming this vacant township property into a passive park for all to enjoy. The Township's Wellness Campaign, an event initiated by the Cultural Arts and Special Events Committee last year, will be expanded this year to provide information and services throughout the year to our community, and will include a 5K health run to benefit breast cancer awareness that will take place on the weekend of our Scotch Plains Day Fall Festival. This year's Memorial Day concert, a tribute to heroes, will celebrate its 5th year. 5th anniversary, and I am pleased to announce that it will be performed for the first time in Scotch Plains at the Allen Augustine Park adjacent to Town Hall. All those who have attended over the past years will attest that this patriotic, heartfelt concert respectfully pays tribute to those who served and continue to serve our nation as members of the armed forces. As a town that can trace its founding to the year 1684, I think it would be fair to say that we've had our share of patriots that gave birth to our great nation. To recognize our township's place in history and to celebrate Independence Day this 4th of July Day weekend, I propose we come together as a community, one community, to celebrate with our very own township firework display that will take place at the Scotch Hills Golf Course. As with the Memorial Day concert, I am certain that this will begin a uniquely Scotch Plains tradition that our citizens will look forward to with great pride and enthusiasm, not only this year, but for many years to come. Serving you as your mayor is a privilege and an honor. Let there be no doubt, I remain confident and optimistic about our township's future. Many must sense my positive outlook of our town as well, as investment in our community has never been better, as evident by the many homeowners upgrading their properties, developers building new homes, and new businesses making commitments to our downtown, confident that this is the place to be. Well, here I go again. Can we do better? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And as an American icon, a fellow New Jerseyan, Frank Sinatra shared with us in his classic song, "The best is yet to come." In closing, on behalf of the entire government body, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to our first responders, police, fire, and rescue squad for keeping our city safe. To our dedicated employees, thank you for your ongoing commitment and professional service to our citizens. I can assure you that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. To our volunteers who make our township a better place to live and call home, thank you for your dedication. To our school crossing guards who are there on duty all the time, regardless of weather conditions, working to keep our children safe, thank you all. And let us together, once again, express our deepest gratitude and appreciation to all the members of our armed services serving around the world. Let us thank them for their service and sacrifices as we pray for their safety and that they may soon be reunited with their families. Thank you. Happy New Year. May God bless you all, your families, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you. Next up, nominations for deputy mayor, and let me begin, and I'd like to lead that effort by nominating Councilwoman Checchio to be the 2016.
Mayor, I'd like to second that nomination.
I'd like to, may I just finish, 2016 Deputy Mayor for the Township of Scotch Plains. Now, please.
Mayor, I'd like to second that nomination.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Deputy Mayor.
Thank you.
Just a word or two. God bless you.
I would like to thank you, Mayor, for this nomination. I'm truly honored, and I look forward to working with this council, and I look forward to another productive year. I would also like to thank the Deputy Mayor, Colleen Gianella, for all your support, your kind words, and what you've shown me this last year. I would like to thank the council, and I look forward to 2016. Thank you.
You're going to do great. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, we have a big agenda here, so, buckle in. Here we go. I'd like a motion on our consent agenda, please.
Mayor, I would like to make a motion to adopt the consent agenda resolution number 2016-01 through 2016-31.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, well, we'll take a roll call. How is that?
Mrs. Checchio?
Aye.
Mr. Del Sordi?
Aye.
Mrs. Gianella?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye.
Mayor Glover?
Aye. So moved. Next, we have up just a couple of new business items. Here we go. May I have a motion to move Resolution 2016-32?
Mayor, I would like to move Resolution 2016-32, resolution appointing downtown planner Wallace, Roberts, and Todd.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to make a couple comments on this.
Please.
I want to clarify first, I'm not trying to start a debate on this issue, but we have been discussing this issue for about a year, and we had a lot of interviews on it. We never held a discussion meeting to discuss which one we're actually going to vote on, but it's here now before us to be voted upon. And given that I've been an advocate in favor of hiring a downtown planner, but I'm actually going to vote no on this, I want to make sure I give an explanation for that. Look, first of all, I'm very happy that we are hiring a downtown planner, and I look forward to working constructively with whatever firm is hired for this position. However, based on the presentations we most recently had a couple months ago, I'm not sure that the firm here is the best firm that we saw for developing a long-term vision for the downtown and its redevelopment. Mr. Kim, who is one of the gentlemen who presented there, said, and I'll quote, they were not coming in with a planning process, they just wanted to hear what we had to say. And I kind of see it the other way around. I think we're really looking for a planner who will be able to drive the process rather than us driving all of the process. It's been a long time, as the mayor and others have alluded to, it's been a long time without progress on this issue, and so I think relying just on the council to derive the plan is probably not the best way to go about it. Mr. Kim also said that they may have public meetings, but it's not going to be a drawn-out public process. That's a little problematic for me because I think public engagement is probably the most important prerequisite to making substantial changes in the downtown. I think ultimately, to get to see additional diversity and volume in the commercial establishments that we all want to see, we need to increase the density in our downtown, particularly by revisiting zoning and planning to allow for more mixed-use development, particularly increasing residential by building up. So I think that should be a top priority because in light of our discussion also that we had in, I don't know how, not too many of you were here for the December meeting, but at our December meeting we heard from our co-op planner. So particularly in light of that too, I think redevelopment zoning for the downtown is, a very important thing because ultimately, if we can put some of those required units in our downtown in a smart way, that will allow us to save a lot of open space in downtown. So I want to be clear, I don't disagree with a number of the short-term recommendations that this firm mentioned. I think things such as better signage and aesthetic standards for the downtown commercial district are all good things. But I feel this firm's focus on the short term is to the detriment of some of the items in the long term, which are what are really necessary to make a lasting change in the downtown. I think a lot of things that are going on are really good in terms of the events and things like signage, but at the end of the day, those things are kind of like a good cup of morning coffee. They're good, but they're not lasting in and of themselves. So I think that we'd be best served by a firm that's more focused on tackling the long-term issues surrounding zoning and planning.
Thank you
my
very much,
commentary. Thank you.
Are there any other comments?
I would like to say that I echo a great number of Councilman Jones' sentiments this evening. I am too somewhat, disappointed, and I think I've voiced that concern multiple times in 2015, that it did take us a year to arrive at even seeing a downtown planner on an agenda. We had an inexplicably lengthy process to vet these firms. Of the firms that were vetted, I would say that Wallace, Roberts, and Todd had one of the weakest presentations as it pertains to Scotch Plains Township. They may be a wonderful firm for other areas, but it did seem that they came to us with a very skewed perspective on what their role should, would, and could be in Scotch Plains. I'm disappointed that we did not see the firm that has done such successful work in Metuchen and in the neighboring town of Garwood come forward as the firm that is represented or recommended for hire tonight. I do plan on voting no to this resolution, but I would say that I would hope that I am proven wrong, and that I will support the efforts and hope that this does become a very public process, because we cannot move the downtown forward in any sustainable way without public input. To do so would be a mistake for this township.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? Hearing none, can you please call the roll, Ms. Lucina?
Mrs. Checchio?
Aye.
Mr. Del Sorte?
Aye.
Mrs. Giovanella?
No.
Mr. Jones?
No.
Mayor Glover?
Aye. Next item, I'd like a motion to move Resolution 2016-33.
Mayor, I would like to move Resolution 2016-33, resolution appointing municipal court judge Kelly Waters.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comment?
Yes, Mayor, I have a little comment on this one. This one's a little interesting, just so that folks are aware. Typically in the past, we haven't appointed judges at our reorganization meeting. I guess that it's somewhat of a housekeeping issue that the term is being moved. But there was discussion about this appointment earlier in the year. I had the opportunity to look at the resume and speak with the lady who will be the new judge. So I want to preface my comments by saying that while I'm going to vote no on this, I'm not doing it because I'm opposed to her. I think her qualifications are very good. When I spoke to her, I think her temperament, and I'm not a judge of judges, certainly, but I have no qualms with her being the new judge. The reason I'm voting no is just to draw attention to the fact that I think that the existing judge has been an excellent judge for Scotch Plains, and I just don't see the case to make a change at this point. And I'll say in particular, as a council person, like everybody, you meet a lot of different people around town, and some people know that I'm on the town council, and those that do often tell me a story about some form of interaction with the town, and oftentimes it's positive, sometimes it's not. But I've heard many people from different parts of what touches the court system, be it public defenders, prosecutors, people in law enforcement, all different parties, and the feedback I've had about the judge we've had has been just uniformly positive. So I would have been more comfortable with keeping it as is. But that being said, I'm optimistic we'll be in good hands.
Thank you for your comments. Are there any other comments?
I would also just like to thank Judge Ignacio for his wonderful service to our community. I've had the opportunity to hear Judge Ignacio speak to a group of young people about his personal experience and loss in his life in dealing with drunk driving at a very young age, not him personally, but an acquaintance of his. of close acquaintance, and it was a really very moving and very powerful story. Sadly, that was offered in another community. I would say an example of a possibility that we did not take advantage of. Moving forward with Judge Waters' appointment, I would like to see her really step out into the community and reach down and work with young people and send out those very powerful messages. I've heard her speak before. She is a woman who is not a resident of Scotch Plains, but does have significant ties to the community. She will continue the fine tradition of Judge Inacio, and she also brings a great deal of class and intelligence and poise to this bench, and I'm very, very happy for her.
Thank you. I too would like to thank the Judge Inacio for his, service to the community, and wish him only the best in his future endeavors. With that, any other comments? Can we call the roll, please?
Mrs. Checchio?
Aye.
Mr. Del Sorte?
Aye.
Mrs. Giovanella?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
No.
Mayor Glover?
Aye. Next up, we have mayor's appointments to boards and commissions, and I'll quickly go through them for 2016. Cultural Arts and Special Events Committee, Maureen LaCosta, Sylvia Hicks, Kim Nix, Leah Acevedo, Rose Graziano, Nancy Barnes, Kevin Glover, Mayor, Irene Bartels, Joanne Glover, Lisa Moan, Valerie Grazzo, Bob LaCosta, Ralph Checchio, Margaret Halsey, Sue Denizzo. Environmental Committee, Mike Bryan, Christine Spahn, Eileen Villar. Library Board of Trustee, Sheridan Falco. The alternate will be Fawn Boone. Mayor's Charity Gala, Irene Bartels, Kim Nix, Sylvia Hicks, Joanne Glover, Mandy Jacobson, Lillian Weeks, Maureen LaCosta. Memorial Day Parade and Concert Committee, Ralph Checchio, Bob LaCosta, Guy Checchio, Joanne Glover, Laura Swiderski, Joe Dillon, Joe McCourt, Kevin Burns, Ray Spahn, and Mayor Kevin Glover. The Planning Board, my appointments to Class 1 and 2, Kevin Glover, Mayor to Class 1, and Mr. LaCosta, Bob LaCosta, will be my Class 2 appointment. Senior Citizen Advisory Committee, Laura Swiderski, Marge Van Dyne, Elsie Lestrange, Ilsa Heinemeyer, Ted Siakowski, Phyllis Lasante, Al Jackson. Shared Service Coordinating Committee, myself, Mayor Glover, Rose Checchio, Al Mirabella. The Technology Committee, Dan Sullivan, Bob LaCosta, Bob Acevedo, John Thompson, Glenn Falkowski, Peter Falco, Robert Hedrick, Brian Mecker. Union County Transportation Committee, John Morgan. Union County Community Development, Michael Bryan, Luisa Bianco. And Historical Documentation Committee, Tom Donatelli, Nina Donatelli, Pete Terry, Judy Terry, Marie Leopard, Laura Swiderski. 2016 Township Council Liaisons, for myself, Mayor Glover, Mayor's Gala Committee, Technology Committee, Raritan Valley Line Rail Commission, and the Environmental Commission. Council member Colleen Giovanella, the Fire Department, PTA Council, Board of Education. Deputy Mayor Checchio, Cultural Arts, Recreation Commission, Senior Citizens Advisory Committee, Historical Documentation Committee. Councilman Del Sorte, the Frazee House Committee, the Memorial Day Parade and Concert Committee. You better ready for that one. And Councilman, Member Llewellyn Jones, the Senior Citizens Housing Corporation, and the Municipal Alliance Committee. Look forward to everyone's service and their frequent and regular reports on how they're doing in those areas. The next we have up is an address from the floor. Anybody would like to address the council, I ask that you come forward, state your name and address, and your regular routine. Seeing, maybe we have someone.
And as always, I'd just like to remind you that we do impose a 3-minute time limit.
Alexander Smith, 1451 Martine Avenue. I am the chairman of the Republican Committee in town. And I would like to congratulate everybody and hope and wish them a happy new year. Much success. I am disappointed, though, on the town development progress. I mean, especially listening to the discussion tonight, it's not clear to me that we have necessarily what we need to get done. I mean, it was a year ago with great bravado, Mr. Del Sordi, we disbanded the previous planning committee we had made up of citizens. It wasn't going to cost us anything, and because they weren't doing anything. Well, here we are a year later, and I said, where would it be a year later? And my prediction is right. Not much, and I don't mean, Councilman Checchio, I know you've worked hard on the downtown, I don't mean to dismiss that, but I mean, we need some basic infrastructure, some basic planning in this town, and I just don't feel confident that we're going there, so thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Seeing no one else, do we need to go to the phone today, I guess?
Okay, I do have a question about the council rules. Did we change the council rules to amend the business agendas to not include council comments? Because this is a business meeting. Council comments are always part of a business meeting. Were the rules amended?
I don't think there was any conscious effort to do that,
No.
Ms. Lucina, so I wouldn't have any problem, Mayor, if you want to open it up to the council.
I didn't, this is what was on the agenda. Would anyone like a further comment?
If I might, Mayor, yes. One thing came to mind that I should have asked about during the consent agenda, and just related to Resolution 2016-30. It was the resolution appointing a Class 4 member to the Planning Board. And I'm very happy to support the appointment of Mr. Weber to the Planning Board. That being said, I was not aware that there was a vacancy on the Planning Board, and that this is a council appointment. And I understand we've had a change in professional staff there, so maybe it's a learning curve and such, but if just going forward, we could be sure that council is alerted to any vacancies that come up on these boards when those vacancies occur. That'd be appreciated.
Thank you. Hearing no other comments,
So I also just wanted to wish everyone a very happy new year. And I wanted to congratulate my colleague, Councilwoman Checchio, Deputy Mayor Checchio, as well as the mayor on his fine choice. I appreciated very much all of his warm sentiments during his address earlier this evening. And I look forward to hopefully making some progress in the downtown.
thank you very much. Okay, moving right along, this is your opportunity, those who are watching us on Scotch Plains TV 34 or 22, please call in if you have a comment for your governing body, 908-322, forgive me, my age is starting to show, 2076. That number again is 908-322-2076. Okay, you know this is going to happen as soon as I say call for an adjournment, right? But here we go. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New
God
Year.
bless you and your families.